Hello YouTube. This is just going to be a quick video on the old sword laws of feudal Japan. The sword laws were enacted by the third Tokugawa shogun Iemitsu for many reasons. One was because during that time, which was the Edo period, there were some very, very colorful, very flashy swords, and I guess he didn't like it too much. Some of the reasons, however, were so no one had a tactical advantage over his guards, and what I mean by that is even length was regulated. So, real quick, the ska length that maximally allowed was 9.5 inches. This one here is 14, this one's 13, this one's 10.5. All these would have been deemed illegal back then. Blade length. Blade length could be no more than 27.4 inches on a katana. This is 31, this is 29, this is 28. And the reason being for the lengths, ska no longer than 9.5, blade no longer than 27.4, was so that no one had a reach advantage over his guards, should anyone decide to rebel. Another thing that was a law was you had to have a horn kashira. These all have metal. And some of these I don't know why he did, was just that way. Ito colors. Ito had to be black. This is brown, this is red, this one is black. But that was another thing to keep things in more subdued colors. Samegawa, or ray skin. Ray skin had to be white. This one's red, this one's black, that one's also black. And then there's other examples you could see. If you look, wasn't allowed back then. Another thing was the shape of the tsuba, believe it or not. Tsuba had to be a round shape. So it could be a circle, it could be an oval, it could be four-lobed, like this one. This one's square, and this is the type that was specifically made illegal. Reason being is because assassins could use this, putting it against a wall to use as a step. But also because this shape here was used a lot by samurai gangs. And that's also why most of these colors were like that, because a lot of gangs, samurai gangs back then, used very flamboyant colors. Saya colors now. Sayas had to be black. Specifically, no red. No red Saya, no red Ito, no red Sagio. Nothing like that. Now, if I understood it right, it could be glossy black like this one is, speckled black like this one is, or flat black, which I don't have an example of right here. Sagio had to match the Ito. However, a lot of times samurai, if I understood it right, in history would, to try to get around this, since they didn't want, if they didn't want black, was they would go with really dark blue or really dark brown Ito. Other things was that battle raps like these were frowned down upon. They were deemed less formal, and for you to appear to the shogun with a less formal style of rap was just looked down upon. So it had to be, or at least was preferred, to be something more like this, with diamonds all the way down. From what I've understood, other than battle raps, there was no other style that was frowned down upon. For the fittings, it was preferred to have family crests at the time. However, things like dragons and lion dogs were allowed, and even the texture of the fittings, it was preferred to have a nanako, which was it's hard to explain. It's got a lot of these ridges and kind of speckly. It's hard to explain. So that was it, mainly for the laws. Wakizashi had blade length restriction 2 and ska length. But as for the fittings, they were pretty much all the same. Oh, one last thing is that even your saya shape was regulated. So, if you look at this one's kind of square, kind of round. It's not as square as it could be, as much as this one. This is very squared off. For a katana, it was preferred to have a squared off kojiri. And then for a wakizashi, it was preferred for it to be rounded. So, that's pretty much it. I hope you learned something from this. And by the way, if I remember right, blade length on a katana was to be 18 inches, I'm sorry, on a wakizashi was to be 18 inches, and the ska length was to be, I think it was around 5.5 or 6.5, something like that. So, about all the other rules still applied. And one last thing, extra large tsuba were not allowed. They had to be normal size. Once again, tactical advantage slightly in having a bigger tsuba. So, hope you learned something. I hope you liked the video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching.